Sammy Hagar says his upcoming single, Encore, Thank You Goodnight, was born out of a dream where his late Van Halen bandmate, Eddie Van Halen, dropped by and handed him a guitar riff from beyond. For those who worship Eddie as a guitar god, Hagar says, the moment felt downright spiritual. About 2 months ago, I had this crazy vivid dream, Hagar told Ultimate Classic Rock back in 2022. Eddie just showed up. We were in a packed room, and it felt like he'd just been away for a while. Not like he was really gone. He looked at me and said, let's make some music. I was all in. In the dream, Hagar found himself sitting off to the side with Eddie, who passed away in 2020 at the age of 65 from throat cancer. Eddie started playing a riff, one that reminded Hagar of the last one Eddie had shared with him during their rocky 2004 reunion tour. Every time I'd see him, I'd beg, come on, man, play me your newest riff, Hagar remembered. He'd always grin and say, check this out. This time in the dream, Eddie played a gorgeous harmonic lick, sliding into a chord like a pro-slide guitarist. That sound stuck with Hagar when he woke up, and by the next morning, he was already building a song around it. He decided to call it Thank You, in honor of that magical dream moment. Although the track didn't make it onto Hagar's 2022 album Crazy Times, with his band The Circle, he recently shared on Instagram that he's pumped for fans to finally hear it. Reflecting on his sometimes rocky relationship with Eddie during their Van Halen days, 1985 to 1996, and briefly again 2003 to 2005, Hagar said, this song that Joe Satriani and I put together is my long overdue thank you to Eddie for the music, the memories, and that unforgettable dream. The track features guitar legend Joe Satriani, drummer Kenny Aronoff, and former Van Halen bassist Michael Anthony, and it's being described as a dream-inspired jam with heartfelt lyrics, soaring guitar work, and powerful grooves. Hagar also opened up about reconnecting with Eddie before his passing. Though he was hesitant to speak about it publicly, he wrote a letter that Howard Stern later read on his SiriusXM show. In it, Hagar said, I'd love for you to share that Eddie and I had been texting. It turned into a total love fest once we started talking earlier this year. We both knew we wouldn't get the chance for a big reunion, and we agreed to keep it quiet so it wouldn't stir up a media circus. Plus, Eddie didn't want anyone knowing about his illness.